MakingStarWars.net.
Hey, YouTube. My name is Jason, and this is Roberto.
Oh, no. I'm canceled. Did you hear that?
You got canceled?
No, I'm canceled. I got to leave the show now. Apparently, I'm an idiot. And I said Jeremy Corbyn was cast as Grand Admiral Thrawn in that rumor. It turns out it was James Corden. Oh, I'm a fucking idiot. Oh, I don't know what I'm talking about.
I'm just going to throw it out there that if you know who either of them are, you're an idiot. That sounds fair to me.
The comments are the best, dude. You know, I'm like, all right, I'm a fucking loser. You know what? I saw Little Miss Sunshine. You know, just make fun of me too.
Is in Little Miss Sunshine? What's going on?
What? No, they were making fun of her. You remember the Riddler was like, "You're too fat and ugly to be a fucking." It's a harsh.
And then he's all, "I'm colorblind. I can't fly." He's this
and
guy.
That's the guy. And that's the guy who wrote a Star Wars that I want to read so much.
Well, no, I mean, he's a great writer. I mean, he is.
He's a great writer. I want it. This is going to be my once a year. I pimp his Vimeo channel. Who's that writer? Who I'm thinking of?
Wait, what?
Michael Arndt, right?
Michael Arndt. Yeah.
He has a Vimeo channel where he
Arndt's writing this movie. They said at the end.
Yeah, well, but he has a video essay on storytelling that is excellently produced. I mean, really well produced, put it together himself. Highly recommend you dig it up and watch it if you want to have like a legitimate discussion, not just everyone telling me how everything fucking sucks until they can't. I just can't wait. Long as I see Kenobi in a cave, he's the greatest thing ever. Long as I see, and then when they see it, it sucks. It's dead. Kathleen Kennedy ruined it.
Is that the one where he's wearing like the Fidel Castro style hat?
It's actually a series of 3 videos. So it's even got a whole thing where he where he breaks down The Graduate and different movies and scene by scene. And so super good, you know, including his own film, Little Miss Sunshine. So.
Right. Yeah. Well, maybe one day he'll write something again. I doubt it though. King Chris says, "What's the haps, Caps?" Hey, Chris. Barry says, "What did Star Wars do?" Oh, when you find out what Star Wars did, oh, Barry, you are going to be fucking, oh man, dude. Hey, Brennan, I've been out of Star Wars news for the past week. You guys mind doing a small fill-in? Yeah, here's what happened, Brennan. Brennan. Nothing. There was
we had a pizza party.
We had a pizza party on Friday. It was Rob's 1 year doing the show. And
right, it should say that. It just says pizza. People don't know what the fuck. It's what I love. It's the lowest watch video we got. That's what I love.
I'll be honest with you, Rob. I didn't even know that's why we were doing this show. I just thought we were doing a pizza party.
I ate way more pizza than I normally do. Had to nap afterward. That is way more pizza than I normally eat.
But pretty much, they released some costumes. I don't know what's in this right here. Let me see if I still have it up. Just wait, I'm gonna share. Wait, I don't want to share a Chrome tab or the entire screen. There's like a way in here, right, where I could share a slide. Yeah, there it is. All right, which one would it be? I think it would be this one. We're gonna see what happens, you guys. All right, so it might be on here. It might not be. So look, we had this picture that was from the TV spot last week, and then we had this picture of his costume. And he's like, "I am a Star Wars hipster. Where do I find On the Road by Jack Kerouac?" And then there was like this, like, I'm gonna get your shit off the screen here. This little description right here that doesn't tell you anything. And then there was Mon Mothma and her dress. I decided needed to be steamed. I decided that she was not ready to go to the party looking like this at Comic-Con. And she's an Imperial senator from Chandrilla. Mon Mothma
just wrote that shit on the wall, huh?
Yeah, they're all like, they just sprayed it with like.
It's not like Kenobi. Minimal effort here.
It's a kind of weird because it's like people really do like the like logo, but I feel like it should be like graffiti, like it's supposed to be like he doesn't walk around with like stenciling rebellion, you know? You kind of would just graffiti it. You wouldn't stencil it.
No, he's like Bansky.
I mean, I think maybe like Phil Tippett would if he was like part of the rebellion in the 70s.
Yes.
But but no one else would. So
I feel like Tippett could trick Nolan to going out at least once and doing it. Nolan's a little adventurous.
oh yeah. B2 emo. Rob realized that was the name after we already did it, but
So good.
it was fine.
I love it.
And then we got Vel Sartha, and I accidentally skipped this slide last week, but we think that character is Vel Sartha to the left, the one who likes.
Now let's do a little game we're gonna do from now on, right? I've decided, Jason. Since it's my 1 year on the show, I've decided to lay down a new rule. I feel like I got the clout. The rule is anytime we hear a new Star Wars name, right?
Yeah.
They announce a new Star Wars name. We have to also say that name backwards and see if it's a better Star Wars name than the one they chose.
Okay.
So
she's Athras?
Lev.
Athras. Lev.
Athras Lev.
Okay, or Vel Sartha.
Or Lev Asrith. We could do it that way too, right?
Or what if, hear me out, in the beginning of the trailer, there's like that big bell. What if she owns it and it's called Taco Vel?
They already have Taco Donna, James. You can't do both. This isn't an episode 9 script. You can't have vaguely similar names in the same.
This isn't a two taco galaxy.
Lev Athras. You could say ass in the name is a problem, but Ashoka's pretty close. It's Ashoka, not Ahsoka. I know, I'm being
Ahsoka. Ashoka was an emperor who was a bad man, and then he turned good. He said, "You know what? I don't want to be a bad emperor. I'm gonna be a good emperor." It's true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Vel Sartha is better than it backwards. Some of these will pan out. They will be better backwards, I assure you.
Sure. Yeah.
I do think Lev is a cooler name than Vel.
Yeah. But Vel, like, they want it to sound feminine, right? So that's probably why. Like Lev.
Lev is masculine.
Lev, yeah, I think Lev like Lev's like, I'm a very masculine Jew. Like
she's got a gun. She's got dreads.
Mm-hmm.
She's got knee-high boots. Vel.
The hair in the picture looks a little like I always say this about characters, but Kia Mall from Droids, but I can't tell if that's what's going on in that picture or not. It's kind of
I'm enjoying the stormtrooper butts. Look at all them butts.
Yeah, well, she's not, because they don't.
Respectful.
They have they have a 1 square of TP rule in the Empire, so it does not smell good.
And as we both know from Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe, that can start a riot.
Can you spare a square? But nope. So that's pretty much what happened last week. And then this week we have like one little baby thing. Okay, well, we have a couple of baby things. All right, so first up here, Bespin Bulletin. It says Star Wars Jedi Survivor listed for a March release in PlayStation database.
Now he went right in there and stole it, didn't he? Just like the last time he hacked Sony.
Right into the database. He's like, I'm in. According to Twitter account PlayStation Size, an account that monitors the back end of the PlayStation Network and store, Jedi Survivor is listed for a March release according to the PlayStation Network database. This isn't the first time we've heard of a March release for the upcoming Jedi Fallen Order sequel, as it was previously reported back in May by Giant Bomb's Jeff Grubb that Star Wars Jedi Survivor was looking to release in February or March of 2023. Like who the fuck do they think they are? Oh, February or March. You know what? You pick one.
Around a short month and they can't remember.
Around the same time as Grubb's comments, EA themselves revealed that they planned on releasing 4 currently unannounced video games in addition to their annual releases by the end of March 2023. Those projects are a major IP, a partner title, a remake, and a sports title. Oh my God! All of this
Knights of the Old Republic is also a sports game.
Killing me.
Oh, wait.
Is it? I don't know. Is it all Star Wars, or is it all just a bunch of fucking EA games? It's probably like Tiger Woods jumping off of shit car challenge or something.
I want Star Wars Jedi Dodgeball. To be honest with you, because then that covers all of those things.
I want Star Wars Fall Guys. I like that game now. Though Respawn and EA revealed they are working on a sequel to Fallen Order.
You know why? You know how you can make that work in canon? Because there's no handrails in Star Wars. Everyone just follows.
Right.
It just falls.
We could get that one actor from the Fall Guy in the '80s TV show to play the Star Wars Fall Guy.
Lee Majors.
Yeah, Lee Majors. The game hadn't been formally announced at that time, and this led to fans speculate the partner title is Star Wars Jedi Survivor due to the partnership with Lucasfilm. However, others have theorized that it could be a new title from Joseph Fares Hazelight. It takes two. I think that should always be saying like that, a way out. However, Grubbs claims in Jedi Survivor being listed for a March release in the PlayStation database, it seems more than likely the partner title is Jedi Survivor and will be releasing in March of 2023. Ha! I bet you $1 the game doesn't come out in March of 2023 because it just won't make its release because it just won't. Because that's how video games always go when I kind of want to play them. EA have typically released a Star Wars video game around the time of a release or amidst a big promotional campaign for a live-action Star Wars project. Yeah, in the past, they used to always release everything like in October. It would be like a book and a game or a movie, that kind of thing. Both of EA's Battlefront titles released 1 month before a Star Wars movie, The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order released during the same month of season 1 of The Mandalorian and 1 month ahead of The Rise of Skywalker. I do have to be honest with you guys, though. I just feel like there's so much Star Wars shit that we might be able to find patterns in some of this shit, and it doesn't probably matter. But he is right. EA's most recent release, Star Wars Squadrons, released during the same month as the second season of The Mandalorian back in 2020. If Star Wars Jedi Survivor is releasing in March, it'll likely release with Wist. The highest anticipated third season of The Mandalorian is airing as the series is due to release this February. So there you go. It sounds like we might have a lot of figuring out about video game stuff going on here. I still want to know who's in this tank because it looks like he is singing in the shower. Look at him right there. Look at him. He's like, I'm singing in the Bacta tank. And then we also got a picture of the figure of him, and he has like a little tiny goatee and everything. Everybody's like, "Oh my god, he's got a little goatee now!" And
you know who that is?
Just don't care. What's that?
That's Santa singing "Journey" right in the shower, right there.
Don't stop believing. That's Journey, right? I hate that song. The song sucks. I hate when I go to like I'm changing the channel and sports are on and there's some fuckers singing like Sweet Caroline or something.
If you stop believing in Santa, he dies. So it has to be his song.
Oh.
See how that works?
Ooh,
Santa's telling you to don't stop believing in Jason, what is wrong?
So is he like Marty McFly who's like looking at his hand and it's like
disappearing? He makes the elf sing it every day under suppression.
Yeah, it's dancing in the streets. Kind of looks like he's singing dancing in the streets right there.
He's almost dancing on the ceiling, so that could be Lionel Richie.
Oh man, yeah, but so that's like this video game news.
Sea bath.
Oh, he's taking a sea bath.
He's taking a sea bath.
Okay.
Right? Sea bath.
They're like, oh, he's finally in the game. He's like, hello, my name is Joris. You're like, no, don't do it like that. Oh no, I am so crazy with the Force now. Let's do it.
I would definitely pre-order Star Wars Jedi Borat, by the way. Like if that were a fucking
It's called Joras.
Joras. Yeah.
Joras is evil, not
nice. You kiss your sister. Nice. I like a lot.
I'm as real as I want to be. But yeah, that would be good.
He's a Bacta, but I pee in it, so it's okay.
I'm gonna back it up.
You can poop in the Bacta, but it's not going to kill you.
So if you took a shit in a Bacta tank, would it turn into what you ate? Like would it rehabilitate it like back into a chicken wing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you inhale your own farts, you're just putting it back in your body, Jason.
So that one like turkey leg that what's her name's eating in Book of Boba Fett. She probably just like gets in there, takes a shit, and it comes back and she just eats it again. It never stops giving.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's what they could be doing.
Fennec Shat. Being a dick.
I didn't write down the quotes because they just, in my opinion, weren't really good enough to get crazy about. But there was an interview with Ahsoka, and it was good. I mean, it was good. She talked a little bit about how Rosario Dawson talked a little bit about how, like, she's not a Jedi, so she has attachments. She's allowed to have them. And I've seen people taking
a stupid idea.
We always go over this. It makes complete sense. If you take Spider-Man's attachments away,
stupid.
It's not stupid. It makes complete sense. As a policy, it makes sense. If Lex Luthor can't go, unrealistic. You don't have to fucking spin the world back around the wrong way. If you know what I mean. I'm telling you, Jesus should not have a girlfriend. It would be a bad idea. That's why he doesn't have one. You know, he's like, oh, Mary Magdalene, you know.
You really want me talking about religion again, Jason? It's never good.
You know, Mary Magdalene would do anything for like $16. And Jesus saw that in a deal. He saw a deal. He saw a deal and he took it.
There you go.
No. But anyways, Ahsoka doesn't have it, so the show agrees with you. You're getting what you want. She has attachments. She has like one that's like a fist. And it vibrates. And
that's a Marvel comic now. Vader does it.
Oh yeah, it's called Vader's Dozen.
Vader's Attachments is what it's
Vader's
called.
Attachment.
And you're gonna rue the fucking day. Now I need that fan comic, that outlaw fan comic. You know.
Yeah, but anyways, so she talks about that, and you can take that like a bunch of different ways though. Because it could be her attachment to Ezra Bridger that has her going on the quest to, you know what I mean? It could be, but it could also be the fact that like that the ghost fam, if you will, are people that she cares about. And, but I still don't really see like Qui-Gon, like they weren't like, Qui-Gon, you can't care about people. Like it wasn't necessarily like that. It wasn't that staunch. Hey Meg, how's it going? So it's kind of, I don't know. I basically, it was a quote that could mean a lot of things. If we look back on it, no one will remember the quote after the show comes out, but it could have meaning, but it was so open-ended that I was just like, about it. It's kind of like pissed off at it. And then,
is that like an Eric the actor?
Yeah.
All right.
Pretty much. And then Amandla Stenberg was like, did an interview, and she just talked about how basically she likes Star Wars, and it was, okay. Yeah, it was could be good or could be cool. I don't know.
Star Wars.
Yeah, it's just like it's one of those things where I don't really care if the actor likes or doesn't like Star Wars, or gets or doesn't get Star Wars, or cares about it or doesn't care. I just kind of more care that they do a good job.
You're telling me if an actor came out and said, I fucking hate this shit, you wouldn't be like, that's probably the greatest quote ever?
I'd cast him as Obi-Wan Kenobi in the original trilogy. I cast him as Tarkin in the original trilogy. Like it's like it has nothing to do with much of anything if you care about it.
I feel that was a dig at me, Jason.
No, it wasn't.
So I don't much fucking like Star Wars either.
Alec Guinness, I mean, famously. Gave somebody an autograph if they promise not to like it anymore or something. Didn't he do some shit like that?
He was cool at that percentage point and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know that story.
Yeah. I mean, obviously though, you hope that they do like it, but just the very concept that I don't like Star Wars, so I'll take the job and then I'm going to make it bad on purpose. Like it's so fucking, it's like wrestling mindset.
Yeah,
like, an actor
like when Raimi directed Spider-Man 3 and was like, "Fucking, I hate Venom, so I'm gonna make all you hate Venom too."
Is that what happened? Is that what they say?
Yeah. They forced him, and he was like, "Yeah, fuck this shit."
It had nothing to do with the fact that Sony is the greedy, slobbering company who will make every bad choice along the way.
He took the paycheck, Jason.
Sure, why wouldn't he? I mean,
because he's a professional.
Oh yeah, no. If you're gonna kill it, pay me. Big Shaq says also not giving any spoilers, but you will see why Cal carried a blaster now in Mandalorian. Why Cal Kestis carried a blaster now in Mandalorian? I don't understand what
all
you
my
mean.
dreams have been fulfilled. I can't wait.
Yeah, he has a blaster on his side now. Cal Kestis does, and everyone's like, "Oh my god!" But I think when Obi-Wan Kenobi used the blaster in that series, I think it probably redefined how stupid it is when somebody who is a Jedi doesn't have one. You know, because you can't use your lightsaber all the time. You're not supposed to. Would be foolish. So I kind of think that they're moving more in that direction after that, probably. Star Wars makes us. Cal already had a sizable weapon. Now he has two. You said it, Meg. You said it. He does look better with the goatee, though. His face doesn't look so like synthetic. Looks a little bit more like a person when with his goatee.
I know the feeling.
Yeah, me too. But yeah. So like in terms of Star Wars news, not really a lot going on. Gotta be honest with everybody. I'm hoping something cool happens. I'm hoping that Andor stuff starts happening pretty soon. We could all use some Andor today. Not gonna lie.
I'm hoping James Corden's thrown just to make everyone scream in pain.
Makes us. Who do you think is in the tank? And I'm just gonna answer it like seriously. I don't think it's anybody we know. That's where I'm going with it. I think it's going to be like it'll be like probably some kind of project. We'll learn about some. He'll be something important, obviously, or it wouldn't be in the trailer. But I don't think it's somebody that we know. Everyone's always like, "Oh, who is it?" It's somebody who we know. And my take is it's just somebody new. Why give yourself baggage? And I know like a lot of the EU people would be excited if it was Joris or Horus, as we call him around here. I think that the J is an H sound. Horus Kaboth, or whatever his name is.
That's the kid from Monster Squad.
But wouldn't they? Yeah, because Wolfman has nards, Chewbacca has nards. But won't everyone just end up mad? Like
I remember that name, but I can't remember James Corden. They're both fat kids who annoy me, but horror.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Car karaoke is fucking stupid to me. That said, won't everybody just be mad if Joris is from the EU is announced, and then they're like, "Oh my god!" and then it comes out, and then he's not doing.
I won't be if he always announced himself as George from the EU. Right, like Jenny from the Block. Right?
Oh, hi, I'm Joris from the EU.
You have your new theme song. So
Joris from the EU,
yeah.
Or from the ew.
Yeah, the ew. You got to do it like Ernest. Ew. The ew.
Cal's a big kid now.
That was my favorite thing when in the third grade. The Ernest ew.
James Corden is Fat Satan. Okay. Star Wars makes it.
Really like our Satan skinny.
A Sleeping Beauty. Yeah, he goes right up to him, and he kisses him on the mouth, and he doesn't wake up. So then he starts licking his face, and that wakes him up.
Okay.
Turns out he grew up on a Wookiee planet, and that's how his mom, who was he was adopted, it was a Wookiee, and she would lick his face every morning to wake him up. So that's the only, he is so doing a fucking dance though in that thing right now. He's like, it's your chance to do the dance, the Wookiee dance.
He's doing the Flash dance, right? That's Star Warsy. Yeah. What if it is Jennifer Beals in there? Like she survived.
Oh, it's about.
Wait, this is before.
Oh, but it's remember she had that fucking scar? Didn't she have like a scar on her neck or something? Like she had a throat cut before, something like that.
I'll be honest, I wasn't looking at her neck, but
yeah,
I'm not ashamed to admit it.
I was looking at it because I'm like, oh, I see what you're into, you weirdo. I'll comply. KG says, I have no clue who could be in the tank. It's not gas with these prices. Sorry. Star Wars Make says James Corden would reprise his cat's role as a pussy in Star Wars. Yeah. What was he? Was he Mr. Mistopheles or some shit? What was he in that? I never saw Cats. I hate musicals.
I just love some poor asshole had to remove all the buttholes. You know, like
yeah,
I mean,
that
is a movie waiting to be made. Like,
release the butthole cut, right?
What if it was Phil Tippett and he's like, "What does my life come to?"
It would just be great though if it was called the butthole cut. You know, that's what they call it. Like, oh my god, that's
it's all funny until studios hear that and they actually think people really want it because everyone's making fun of it. Then they put the shit back in the theaters and then no one goes and they wonder why.
It's Mephisto time. Mr. It's not Kit Fisto, it's Kit Mephisto. Mephistopheles. Yeah. But he lost his like hair things. He's like his tentacles. You got him removed. Brian Johnson is in the tank writing his Columbo Pro knockoff. Oh yeah, is that what he's doing now? He was always talking about Columbo. Brian Johnson, he loves Columbo.
Spielberg directed the first episode.
Oh yeah, he did. That's right. He did the pilot.
I know some shit.
Yeah.
Fucking haters.
No, it's freaking crazy when they like. I don't know like how much they like romanticize, but he's just like, yeah, I just went over to the Universal lot and I just walked around it and used to hang out like as a kid for like fun. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, what magical world did you live in, Steven Spielberg, where you could just walk on?
Bro,
you know,
he's still living in it, Jason.
I had to pay $100 to see the fucking fake shark fucking come on my face every single time on that tour. Like,
he got $100 million musical greenlit after Cats. That's how a magical world fucking Spielberg lives in, bro. You know?
Yeah,
he gets what he wants.
I have a theory about that it was worth it because shitty high school teachers are going to show it, so they're going to have to like rent it or buy it every single time a shitty high school wants to do a production of it to show the class. So that's how they're going to make all their money. Kind of like I actually like the Outsiders movie, but fuck, the Outsiders movie I think makes all of its money from classes who just read the Outsiders, and then now they're going to talk about how the book is different than the movie day. I'm sure we all had that day, right?
I had that day.
Yeah,
that's our generation. They don't do that now. Now they watch Harry Potter. Well, they did until the Republicans called them all groomers. And so now I'm sure now they're all going to watch the Woe Mandalorian show. Just to keep it. Certainly. I suppose at this point they're better off watching like John Wick or anything where the kids can learn how to defend themselves against arsenal. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, whatever.
I'm curious though, like about Columbo, if you could bring Columbo back, because like so much of that was Peter Falk. Like are they just going to copy him?
So much of it. That's it.
Well, no, I'm not going to rob the scripts of having a character and like a characterization and what the character would do and would say and like, you know what I mean? But at the same time, yeah, I mean, he's that character. Like, how do you do
I hear what you're saying, but like, unless they're doing an impersonation of that guy, I just, the only person who could get away with it and probably put a new spin on that would be Bob Odenkirk.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, you need someone who literally will outsmart you while talking down to you. You know?
Yeah.
And just not a lot of actors can pull that off unless they normally have it. Maybe Sam Rockwell, but I don't know. Like, he's in that new trailer with that mystery thing and as a straight man, and I don't know. Like, when I say straight man, I mean like the serious person. And haters.
Are you sure you don't mean to think a real pussy hound?
Yeah, they really got to put him back in the MCU, man. He's so good. He's so good.
Who? Rockwell?
Sam Rockwell. Yeah, he was in Iron Man 2, the one everyone hates, but he's so good in it. As the evil Tony Stark, like bringing back an evil Tony Stark when there is no Tony is. Oh God. Made Sam Rockwell Thrawn. There, I'll believe it.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Star Wars Make says Kit is a tragic first name. But Fisto's parents were like, that'll do. Yeah. I don't know. It's
parents like, it's how he got here. What do you want me to do?
Kitster's like, what's my last name? This guy's like, Fisto. Oh, okay. Knives Out is an Agatha Christie love letter. Fair enough.
Yes.
Jedi X says the Greasy Strangler is in there. Yep. Greasy Strangler. We have some Greasy Strangler love, as we should. Marty
you think
McKay
Star
says
Wars Jedi Strangler would be too much, Jason?
Star Wars Jedi Strangler.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, it's the A24 Star Wars.
You probably think I'm the Jedi Strangler. That's would be like the only line in the trailer. The Outsiders stay gold, right? Corey says CGI him, Luke Skywalker style. Wait, who? The Jedi Strangler? Robert St. Clair, channel member, friend, ally, Spielbergian. The other day I heard Charlie Day of Always Sunny say that Spielberg rearranged the order of the songs West Side Story, apparently. Why? Nobody knows. Laugh out loud. Huh. Yeah, I still haven't seen it. I don't know if I will.
My favorite was listening to Robert Meyer Burnett complain for a year about how Hollywood will only make big budgeted reboots and they need more original films because he couldn't get a film greenlit, his own film. Mm-hmm. And then when the West Side Story came out, he said it would deserve Best Picture of the Year. I was like,
yeah.
You know, I like him, but it's like, come on, man. Listen to yourself. Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, Big Shaq obviously missed like the prequels.
Uh-oh. Ducky Momo says Fisto's parents were just Knight Rider fans. That's all. Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Is that because
Kit
Hasselhoff would go to Germany and do a lot of Fist? Oh, Kit. Okay.
Yeah, or the German connection, whichever. Yeah, that's fair to me. Corey says Peter Falk.
Yes.
Yeah. Wings of Desire.
Murder by Death. If you want to see him do the Columbo shtick with Miss Peacock, and Alec Guinness is in there with Truman Capote. Honestly, Murder by Death. Just go watch it. It's brilliant.
All right.
So good.
Yeah, it keeps coming up on the show lately. I've noticed Murder by Death. It's been on your brain. When was the last time you watched it?
I don't know. Years.
Years.
Yeah.
All right.
No, it doesn't work like that. I don't watch something and come and talk about it. Like that's not.
No. I'm saying I think it's been a long time, and I think you miss it.
No, just if you're bringing up Alec Guinness, Peter Falk, in the 70s, Murder by Death.
Yeah. Tyrant says, "Hello, people. What's the subject today?" The subject is there is no subject. That's the amazing thing about today. Yeah,
because Jason put his son in the thumbnail. This show will not be seen by 90% of YouTube.
No, it has. And it's going.
Yeah, so now everyone's exact. That's but it has a kid, and the algorithm will then
and it says Star Wars did what? Yeah, and you know what it did? It put a guy in a tank doing a flash dance. Oh yeah, I got your message after I got ready. Thank you, Star Wars Santa. Star Wars Santa became a Patreon supporter. He shouldn't have done that, but I appreciate it. And he's already a channel member, which he doesn't need to be. But I appreciate it, man. And but yeah, if you want to support us on Patreon, you can. Being a channel member is the best way if you watch the show to support the show, though, I would say. But if you want to do both,
also going to our competitors and spamming the shit out of their chat. No, don't do that.
No, don't do that.
Don't do it.
That's not because I don't want their money, but because I hate their audience. So don't do that, please.
Yeah. I'm just trying to make Jason's life difficult. Like,
yeah. Joel says Kid's original first name was supposed to be Kid Fisto. No.
Don't do that.
No, we can't do that one. Rick Jones says Halloween skeleton clone trooper is the only news. Yeah, there's nothing on Skeleton Crew. Ahsoka had there was some stuff in that Ahsoka interview with the Sabine actor in it. And the only thing I wanted to throw out there about the Sabine actor is her hair is kind of long, and there's always a chance that she's wearing a wig in the show and was able to keep it up. But I'm kind of wondering if Sabine's going to have long hair in this. I kind of think she might, be just based off of how the actor looks in the EWPs. Maybe I could pull that up. Maybe it's worth sifting. I don't know. I don't know what happens if we try and do that on the in this wacky world, But let me see if I could. Let me see what happens if I do pull it up. But yeah, I mean, hey, Star Wars Meg owning the SEO there. It's kind of weird. Like EW doesn't own the doesn't have any SEO going on for this shit at all. It's like, come on, everybody. How are we supposed to find your shit if we can't even Google it? But let me see if Meg happened to put the link to it in her article or in her video, because that would help. Not that she should necessarily, but anyways, the internet's broken. I give up. I tried for a minute and then I gave up. But yeah, I don't know. They don't. I wouldn't have an actor cut her hair to do it if she didn't want to, but if she took the role. But basically, she said that it was like super easy. That they gave her a script that had nothing to do with Star Wars, and they were like, read this, and she looked at what the description of the character was, and she said, this kind of reads like because it sounds like a Han Solo. So she did the script that she read the script that they sent her, but for something else. But she did it as if she was Han Solo, and they were like, okay, you just got it. They didn't make her try out anymore. Favreau was like, you're cool, and so she's like, that's it. They're like, yeah, that's it. So she looks just like
sense that if they're gonna do that, like, just watch their previous work. I don't really see what the difference would be. You know what I mean? Like, what's the difference between reading something that has nothing to do with what you're doing and
maybe
looking at their fucking portfolio, like watching a few scenes of them in a show? Like, what's the difference?
Maybe that took a whole lot of work to get, and they want to make sure that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? If every moment they are in was like pulling teeth, then maybe they just want to like rule that part out. But she looks just like her, and so I kind of think that when you look just like her, she delivered a halfway convincing Han Solo. They're like, yeah, there we go.
It'd be even funny if they like, I know it doesn't exist anymore, but let's say they took her to Farrell's and they're like, she's no fun at Farrell's. We're not, you lost the part. Like, they did some other really weird trial,
I got to put the kibosh on you bringing up Farrell's, because it doesn't exist and it sounds good every time you mention
Neither
it.
does Star Wars, and yet here we are, Jason.
He'll come back. He'll come back. He'll come back, says Big Shaq. What are your thoughts on Dark Side Phil making a cameo in Andor?
Phil Frog?
Dark Side Phil, what does that mean?
I don't know. I went to get my hair cut yesterday, and my barber goes, he goes, hey man, I hear there's just gonna be all these crazy cameos in Andor. And I'm like, you need to stop with whatever you're listening to and reading and hanging out with. You know what's gonna be in Andor? Andor. And whoever you see in that trailer, like, stop with this Where's Waldoing your fucking films. Like,
it's going to be all Mon Mothma and finance senator disguise or something like that. You remember the names they used to give them?
Ever since, man, like, I mean, I want to say, hit it zeitgeist with Spider-Man, but it's really that WandaVision Mephisto shit, right? Since, like, if you really go back 2 years ago, it's like, if you don't get that fucking Mephisto, then the whole thing ain't worth it. Well, you didn't get it, now what? Like, stop with this endless fucking cameos. Like, have cameos ever made a movie better? Where you're like, fucking movie's horrible, but thank God for that cameo. Changed everything. Like, if that's the case, it would have been Stan Lee in every Marvel film. They all should be 5s, right?
I saw my favorite character. 5 stars.
Yes. Like, come on, man. Like, for real. It's getting old.
Well, I think we could almost like loosely start to evaluate this. Like, what was the first cameo we probably saw in a Star Wars? Was it?
The
in the
Outrider.
no in the Disney era.
Oh.
Yeah, the Outrider I think was a fine one, but also retconned one where it's like that's the same ship. It doesn't have to be the Outrider. So
And that's why everyone loves the special editions, because that cameo that just tied
that's
it all
actually a
together.
good one. But no, I'm thinking like Ponda Baba and Dr. Evazan in Rogue One is the first
The Daft
significant
Punk
one.
commercial. Oh, Rogue One. Right.
I'm talking about like on screen, like
Okay.
and that one is sometimes I watch it and I just don't care. Other times I watch it and I'm just like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like it really like it'll hit me differently. It never hits me the same. It's always kind of like so what or why? It's kind of how I generally feel about it.
Technically, Luke Skywalker in The Force Awakens.
Mhm.
Like, if you really want to be honest,
No,
bro, like it's like for 5 seconds.
Excuse me. I know, but it was a big moment.
It's still.
Excuse me. Yeah. No,
Shmi had a larger role.
Just because some people didn't
I'm not saying good or bad ending. I'm saying it's a cameo. Like, if you come on for 5 seconds and you have no lines, what is that?
It's part of the story though. That one is there's a difference. I think a cameo doesn't necessarily serve the story in a meaningful way where it was a necessity. Hold on. No. It was a necessity that be Luke Skywalker. If that was Ponda Baba at the end of The Force Awakens, I would have been pretty fucking pissed off.
But if cameos really made a fucking film, if they were why people would go, then they should no one should bitch about Luke Skywalker only having that bit, because that made a cameo can make a whole film then, right?
The first Avengers movie thought so, which was, in my opinion, was just a movie of fucking cameos with lines. And I thought that movie was that movie is soulless and ultimately very boring.
You're nuts.
No, that's what gave us this. That's what started this off. And this whole thing was the fucking Avengers.
Tim Burton did all this with Batman.
No.
Yes.
You're gonna say that that cameo fever started in '89, but didn't become what it is until 2004.
Batman is the cameo in the Batman.
No, I mean
what?
In terms of modern
Harvey Dent not becoming Two-Face, Billy D. Williams.
But at least Billy D. Williams is a character in there, like he serves the story. Ghost and Goblin.
He really served the story. It's excellent.
No, he represented the estate. He was talking about how they needed that fucking Gotham celebration to go off without a hitch, and they needed to raise the money to like do it. So he's a player in that stuff, and so it's not like a cameo for a cameo's sake. And had they actually had some balls, he would have been Two-Face, and it would have actually been done in a very classy way where he was a small part in the movie and then became an emerging character. But that's different than Harvey Dent walking up and going, "Hey, Bruce, looks like you might need a lawyer, Harvey Dent," and gives him his card and walks off screen.
That's the Avengers film. That's that for 2 hours.
Kinda.
Okay.
Kinda.
Jason's digging himself a hole. It's okay.
You know what I'll do with it? You know what I'll do with that hole?
You got to go in the hole, Jason. So, just letting you know. Yeah, E.T. was a full cameo. Baymax is right.
I
think Jason locked up a little bit.
Yeah, it just like all went woo.
Yeah, E.T. is a full cameo in the Phantom Menace, bro.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. And that made the whole move, solved everything.
Right? I'm gonna fish that back in. I'm gonna roll it in though. I'm gonna say that is an Easter egg. I think a cameo and an Easter egg are different things. They are.
Oh man.
Cameos and Easter eggs are different things though. I feel like because people saw the Phantom Menace and never saw the ETs. People still today have seen the Phantom Menace and never seen the ETs. That's why I saw
the Phantom Menace and don't remember seeing the Phantom Menace because it was,
No, that's not true.
It's true.
It isn't true.
It's true.
No, they go, I like the Padres. I like the Qui-Gon Jinns. I want Darth Maul to live.
Do that. Yeah. I do that.
Yeah, so people remembered.
That's me.
Star Wars
I
Doc says
remember.
Jason is just impossible. That is fair. I will take that. Because only the impossible can do the impossible. What? E.T. did a full movie cameo in the E.T. Republic Senators. Spielberg was laying the groundwork for the prequel trilogy. Yeah.
They should bring them back in Star Wars.
But I mean, we can't agree though that there is a difference between an Easter egg and
the Minches and the ETs hate one another. So there should be like a ET Minch war, you know, like you know, fingers versus ears, right?
Oh my god, what the fuck?
And then little Grogu jumps on an ET and he does an Num Shabbat and pulls out that glowing heart like the Indian chakra stones. And then he eats it because, you know, he's carnivorous.
All right. Diana just sent us this right here. And
Jason, hold on before you do this. I don't know if Rob is aware, but that actually was my outline for the sequel trilogy. So
yeah.
George,
remember?
Yeah.
Remember back when you allowed them to make that Jar Jar tongue toy?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Remember that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're off the hook, bud. You're finally off the hook because this is going to end up in some holes.
Hold on, I need to pre-order this. Yeah, you can get anything at GameStop except video games. It's true. It really is true.
Oh shit. You said it, George. You said it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is.
Yeah, people don't know that that's actually the remnants of Rick Oley in R2 there, just kind of floating around.
I like how it has the little base here so it can't get lost in the butt. Yeah, so that's a thing.
I honestly, you got to be careful if Rick sees this. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good.
John Wayne's in Star Wars as a sound effect, if I believe. King Chris says, putting nipples on the bat suit was the moment Batman reached full potential, in my opinion. Joel Schumacher had the right idea. One day that movie will get the appreciation it deserves.
Yeah, the old Captain Cody serials had nipples as well. So they actually took that from the old serials. And George Reeves had a little nipple thing going on, but sorry, I'm just looking at that R2, wondering all the possibilities, Jason.
I think people who look at this lava lamp are looking at it and seeing two different things. One is saying, how can I put that in my butt? And the other is saying, how can I turn it into a bong?
That's either extra. Yeah.
It's not gonna the life of this thing is not going to stop at being a lava.
That's a new game. Instead of is it a frog or a mouse, we can be is it something, is it a McCollum or a Dykstra, right? Like which one would you
King Chris has already turned it into a penis pump. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, well, it's been fascinating. I gotta go kill myself. I'm out of here. Bye.
Baymax says George. that's Ahsoka's attachment.
Yep. Oh, that's too funny. All right, I didn't mean that about the killing myself thing. I just meant I'm gonna go rethink my life.
Yep. All right. Mark Stevenson is correct. John Wayne was an American actor. His last role in a film was as the voice of the character Garandan in the 1977 original trilogy film Star Wars Episode 4: A New Hope. They like took his voice and like played it backwards and stuff. And that's how they made Garandan's voice. And it's John Wayne, and his grandson is the Mandalorian, the
most racist character in the Empire.
Yeah, well, you know, it is ultimately very hilarious that somebody who was such a propagandist throughout his life and ended up being killed by the very state he was a propagandist for. He went out to Nevada and made a movie near a nuclear test site, and all of the dirt was radioactive. They brought it back. They all got cancer. Even people who weren't out there got cancer because they brought the dirt back to the set. Like, you know how in El Segundo they have that little dirt lot? Imagine if they brought a bunch of radioactive dirt back with them. and yeah, they all died, and they blamed it on cigarettes, but probably didn't help. Some of them probably did die from the cigarettes, but most of them probably died from the nuclear fallout that they were making
Morton
cowboy
Downey
movies
Jr.
on.
was like, it was definitely the nuclear radiation, not the cigarettes.
Penis bong, dual uses. Rick Jones, fucking so pragmatic all the time. Bong or butt. I wish I could do the poll. That sounds weird.
Also,
but
that's a character Filoni wanted in the Clone Wars cartoon. I wouldn't let him do it. Bong or butt. Yeah.
Baymax, if tomorrow's news cycle is anything like today's, please, we're gonna have to do that one. It will be bong or butt.
I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see it before the show ends. I just want to see it. That's all I want to see. Bong or butt.
So gonna smoke some of that purple Urkel or whatever it's called in the yeah,
animal style. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Shit. When you put it that way. Joel says this looks like the dildo in the Watchmen TV show, which I still need to watch. I've been meaning to watch it, but I haven't.
Good time.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I can't, like, when it's the Star Wars shows, I can do it, obviously, but when it's just like something I have no reason to, like, I have no frame of reference to want to watch, I can't sit down and watch a show right now. I try, but I can't do it. I don't know what it is.
But you could play 12 hours of Fortnite. Okay.
I'll put Fortnite on and I'll listen to some fucking UFO podcasts, something like that, you know? Which, by the way, maybe we'll kind of like lazily, informally do it now, but I'm not sure if I'm going to have the energy to do it in the big picture. But if it keeps slow, I will. I think we should talk about that Wilson memo, you know, pretty soon, because that shit is like pretty crazy. There's like a lot going for it, a lot going against it, you know.
Well, if we're gonna do a UFO show, Jason, we have to do it in this time slot during the weekend. I can't stay up late. So
sure, that's fine with me. I mean, like I said, if it's slow, I feel like I have been, my mind decides I'm going to do something before my body says it's okay, you know. And I feel like I've been working on this Wilson memo show for like 2 weeks now without.
I have that problem all the time, Jason. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying?
I know where you're coming from, Dave.
Double. Know what I mean? All right. It's enough for me.
Long Snoot would suck on that bong. Oh, man.
People don't know that's actually the sounds of John Dykstra getting high. That long Snoot sound. They just sped it up. Sure.
See if I could find
that was the magic. It's Puff the Magic Dragon.
All right, so there is like a whole thing on it. Hold on, but I want to see. Okay, so it doesn't show it there. Leafly, which is a weed strain site, I guess, has purple Urkel listed. But I like the art. Okay, so WikiLeaf has the art for, because the kid who played Urkel, who's rumored to be in Star Wars, he sells weed. That's like his he has like a strain called purple Urkel, and there it is right there, and that's on the package and shit. I was like, is he gonna get sued for that? You know. I like how it lets me look at it for a long time before it asks me if I'm 21. Purple Urkel is perhaps one of the most famous indica strains around, yet its origins are still mostly a mystery.
I'm surprised CBS lets this happen.
Yeah, me too.
ABC or Disney owns that, right? It's a Disney thing.
I mean, here's the thing, though. It does have the Urkel name right there, so you can't say it's just Jaleel White, like putting on some glasses and you know what I mean, which he could do. I mean, that could be, you know, 45-year-old Jaleel White, like that's fair enough. I mean, he's a person, he's allowed to do things. But when it's actually called purple Urkel, I mean, but it is a purple Urkel, though. Maybe they don't own purple Urkel. I'm not sure how it all shakes out. Maybe they think it's cooler for their brand in the big picture if it becomes like a big like subculture laugh, like Urkel weed, or something, and people will start watching Family Matters again. I don't know.
I heard he cuts in by paycheck, Jason. That's how it
Mm.
got done. He cuts him in on a little bit of that cheddar. You know what I'm saying?
How's it going, Quinn? Quinn says interesting for political. It's
Also,
time.
I think every time Bob Paycheck has a birthday, Jaleel White has to show up as Urkel or Stefan or the robot. And he has to make an appearance, which
Vader's
I truly appreciate.
Vader, he's like actually like slinging it, like he's selling it, he's involved in the business endeavor. I think he was also selling NFTs of it or some shit too. I could be wrong about that.
I love NFTs.
Did he do that? Oh,
Animal
no.
style. That's how I like
you think it's NFTs and you think it's something sexy.
Also,
it's some kind of tease thing. It's not.
NFTs is my favorite. Me and Tarantino, we got a collection. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard you have a whole book of Ahsoka feet art that you personally drew, and it's now canon.
Yeah, I actually started that at Nickelodeon before there ever was an Ahsoka. I just saw purple tentacle chicks with, orange channel. No, green. What is she? Orange, blue, white.
She's like orange and white, kind of. No, maybe
she's like a pumpkin, right? It's like a little pumpkin.
Little pumpkin person. Yeah, that's right. That sounds right. So. He's like, I looked at that pumpkin. I said, I want to fuck that pumpkin. That's like a character. It's a character now. That pumpkin's a character now.
Yeah, that's how that Gordian character ended up in Return to Oz. Kurtz had a pumpkin fetish, Jason. It's ridiculous. Yeah.
Did anyone see Nope yet? Anyone in the chat see Nope?
My buddy did.
What do you say?
Not for him.
Not for him.
He's a big loves weird shit fan too.
Yeah.
I think it was for him. I think it was because it's hard with normal folks to get them to tell you exactly how they feel about something.
Right.
So I go, is it like this? I don't want to lead them down, a bias, right?
Sure.
But I think it's one of those things where you present a bunch of ideas, but you don't actually say anything is something that is popular right now, and they don't like it. And they're of that age group. I'd say sub-30s,
Mm-hmm.
So, like their films aren't saying things. They're just saying a lot of different things is kind of the feeling. Like they want it to stand on something, I think was the idea.
Yeah. My thing with that movie is it does say a lot. I do think that there's an internal logic to it where everything that it's saying does sort of connect in terms of like its themes and shit like that. But it's like it was like such a reach to make some of the themes fit. It's like I understand you wanted it to fit, it just didn't. A lot like that R2D2 and some of our butts. Some of our butts is just not going to fit. Other butts, it's going to fit.
It's weird because so many of their sketches they did on the show, even the horror theme ones, had a significant like theme to them.
Yeah,
very few of them weren't. You figure it out. There was some of those, but most of them really were saying something. And his movies tend to be way less, other than the first, was it the first one, Us, right? That was pretty obvious. But
it was Get Out
and Us. Get Out and Us. Sorry, Get Out. Get Out was pretty, that was pretty on the nose. Since then, it's been more loosey-goosey. I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like the movie needed to say if it thought what was going on was a grift, and then if it wasn't, what does it mean? So it was just kind of weird. It was like it wanted you to know that it knew about modern UAP stuff, and then it proceeded to go down with the worst perspective on it if it is real. And I like the idea though that like trying to capitalize on that is ultimately like a dangerous thing. And here's where I think it could have been smarter is it's clearly kind of riffing on the Skinwalker Ranch thing, right? I think the Skinwalker Ranch thing may ultimately end up being way worse for furthering studies and interest in the UAP topic. Because so much of it is a grift, so much of it is making a television show, And so much of the real stuff that we have going on connects back to it in ways that discredits legitimate things going on. But it wasn't interested in doing that. And to be fair, I don't think his audience is either about any of that stuff. But yeah, just I don't know. It just doesn't. The movie just didn't sit well with me on a lot of different levels. But I still respect it. Does that make sense? Like
Sure.
like the Endeavor. I still don't think he's. I don't think he's trash. I don't think he fucked up. I don't think he's washed up. I just could have seen him delivering so much more on that one.
Yeah, like Revenge of the Sith.
No, you're wrong. Shut the fuck up.
Like Kenobi.
Did you see that the trailer
Jason.
is for Black Panther 2 is out?
I saw that. Now Marvel has blue underwater people.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it. Indigenous
Yeah.
blue people who swim around the water. So all you Avatar haters, Star Wars got them, and now you got them.
I gotta be
Marvel
honest.
people.
I wouldn't even hate if it won't happen, but because it's Cameron's thing. But if Avatar was in the Marvel universe, I think that'd be fine. I think it would kind of fit some way. Mark says, "See that." But did you see the?
I could just
the
hold
trailer?
on. Avatar 2, like they just send the Punisher and then he kills everyone. Like, it's just John Barenthal just murdering the shit out of everybody.
That sounds fair. But
Haters.
yeah, I saw the first Black Panther in the theater. I enjoyed it, but I didn't watch it again. Like I was like, that was a good experience. Like, and then I didn't see it again. So I'm not necessarily like, and they're having to change the Black Panther because he died, right? They're not gonna. Are they gonna recast him or are they gonna?
No, the director and the family decided not to go that route. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's now part of the story that he died.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's probably a better way to go.
It's really evident in the trailer.
Instead of CGIing her and making or
That's
like
what
Princess
Star Wars
Leia.
would do. Yeah.
Remember that shit?
Yeah, you
episode.
just CGI them, Jason. You don't really need actors. I prefer them all to be animated. Like the problem with actors is they act, and I don't really need that in my films. They're meant to be watched with no words or really anything but John Williams, and yeah, that's about it. Right?
No, George.
No.
We don't believe you anymore, George. You're retired.
No. Oh. Also, no one's allowed to use the theme songs unless they take me to Boomers.
Okay.
That's the new rule.
That's fair.
That's the new rule.
Get some of that macaroni and cheese pizza.
Well, if you're wondering why they can't use any of the themes in Andor, it's because they didn't want to take me to Boomers.
Okay.
Also, I'm a diabetic.
Rick Jones says DoD has lots of money pumped into disinformation about UFOs. Might have funded many different UFO docs over the years. That has happened. That's definitely happened. That's
Does Rick Jones know the name Nate Doty?
Yeah. Well, that's like the other side. Yeah. Well, that's like the other side of all of that stuff is that you have people on the inside of the government who want full disclosure, and then you got people who don't, and that's like if you believe in the Elizondo stuff or you don't. I think anybody who has been following Lou Elizondo over the last couple of years should watch the Basement Office episode about all of that stuff, because I think that things haven't been presented cleanly. And I have a feeling my really positive outlook is that Elizondo is trying to do the right thing. And there's been times when he's allowed them to push, well, if he wants us to know about what's going on with the whole UFO shit. I mean, I ultimately
he literally, his words, not mine, likened
Yeah.
debunkers into being racist against UFO people. His words, not mine.
I'm not saying he hasn't said a stupid thing or two. We all do, right? I mean, I'm like once again, that's not
true.
his. That isn't his. But yeah, but I mean, like
you got me there. Fuck, checkmate.
Saying that isn't Elizondo's like platform. So I'm not going to be like, oh, that one time you said that dumb thing to him. But I do think that there's been times when they've been like he's the leader of the UFO stuff, and he's not. he when he was in OSAP or whatever, like that show, which I can't remember what the show was called. One of these History Channel UFO shows would basically like in the opening
Q-tip
say
and
like
ass wipe. Yeah, I remember that one.
would say he was like the like main like dude, and turns out no, he wasn't. He wasn't that. But so what I'm trying to say is that he may have been silent about letting certain things get pushed forward because of his agenda. Now, I ultimately, if you want to know my conspiratorial hat when I put it on, I think people in the DoD and in that side of things in the private sector want the UFO stuff to come out because you can turn it into an arms race against. I mean, let's just pretend. What if UFOs are a biological entity that lives on Earth, like space whales, and they just kind of go around and they are senseless. They don't really matter to us. They never will. Let's just pretend like that's the case. Well, if you go and you start making them, what are these things in our in our airspace? What are we going to do about it? You're kind of able to start up a Cold War that's very profitable if you're in the aerospace industry. And I've already seen that those words be used, and I think that they are using those words. I think they want that to happen because they want full disclosure, and they think that it'll help get there. But I think it might be the wrong way to do it. So that's where I kind of go like, oh, I don't really like that angle, but but at the same time, if they don't know anything, they don't know if they're real or they're fake. But Elizondo's also pushing the Wilson Memo. Just really quickly, because I said it like 4 times. Wilson Memo basically has Dr. Eric Davis meeting with Admiral Wilson. Admiral Wilson wanted to be briefed into a UFO program of some kind, a crash retrieval program. They said no. Someone in the private sector said no, we're not going to tell you about it. And then he wanted to know. He meets with Dr. Eric Davis in a Las Vegas parking structure, I think. And he tells them, yeah, like we have crafts and stuff and, working crafts, and we're in contact. We know what all of this stuff is and shit like that. So it's like the big moment, if you will, if it was real, if the document is real. And the reason that people like John Greenwald Jr., is that his name? The guy from the Black Vault guy. He says this reads like a movie script. So the debunker side goes, it reads like a movie script, therefore the memo's not real. The other side says, what's his name? Eric Davis is a genius, which he probably is. He seems to be, and he would remember details that keenly, that clearly, and he would write. He would make his notes that meticulous. That's one argument, okay, or that's the argument for it being real, and the other argument is it reads like a movie script. The other side of it is there was the reason that Wilson started looking into this UFO program. Turns out those documents leaked, and they're highly questionable about being real as well. So I think that's actually like the biggest smoking gun to the whole thing not making sense, not being real, is that. But I guess that people say there's evidence about that the meeting did take place, that they only met that one time. And I haven't been able to find exactly where that is yet. Like, where is this confirmed that the meeting did actually happen? Because if the meeting did actually happen and that stuff did leak, that's a big moment, right? But anyways, you have these people. You have like the Skinwalker Ranch side of things. You have that guy on the Skinwalker Ranch TV show who's actually a part of the UAP office for the government and was hiding it the whole time. So what does that mean for that show? Was Skinwalker Ranch, the television show, was it a legitimate endeavor to really try and dig into this? And is somebody from the government actually going in there and fucking it up, just doing episodes about shooting rockets into nothing? Because that's what the whole show is. They just fucking shoot rockets and go, our technology's broken all the time. And you got like a government guy in there. He just makes you go like, well, this isn't really worth my time now, because number one, nothing happens. And number two, if the technology is always being broken by alien entities and stuff like that and poltergeists and shit, why do the cameras always work to make the TV show? You would think that would be the one thing it would take down, would be the cameras trying to make a TV show, not data that nobody's going to see. But
Well,
anyway.
apparently even aliens have, and supernatural have, they have TikTok. They love fame. So, they want your shit to work, but
Oh,
they also want their social media engagement up,
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I don't know.
Also, oh shit, I fucked it up there. Also, not for nothing, Jason, but people don't know this. James Cameron actually wanted to make Howard the Duck initially, but I took that shit from him. That's right. And he had to make Abyss. And which one do you ultimately remember? Yeah, that's why he
Leah
won't
Thompson
make.
almost fucking the duck and the duck boobs.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, actually, that was in his original scriptment. I took that shit too.
He should put that in Avatar. Maybe make some like blue duck people. Give them some titties.
Yeah, yeah, that's actually going to be. That's why the next one takes place in water. It's going to be called Avatar 2 Foul Language. I
Foul
abhor.
play. Foul play. Like foul
Play.
play.
There you go, Jay.
Some murder.
You might have a future in this script writing thing. Also, when something reads like a script, I just assume it's on yellow paper because that's how I write all mine, with pencil on a
And then you get the Hayeks to write all the dialogue.
Yeah,
like 80%.
Over 80%. Over 80%. Over 80%. Yeah,
okay, that's fair.
Yeah, they write. I have them write all my Christmas cards too. Sounds better. He's just talking today.
Yeah, Nope was most of that stuff in the background of Nope is all fake. Like Nope is a highly CGI film, environmentally. Like that place where it's at, most of that, then all the mountains in the background, all that stuff, just completely made up. And where they filmed the moment in Nope where the ship comes to Glenn from the Walking Dead's ranch, that whole sequence, that almost looked like the El Segundo backlot where they filmed Star Wars. I'm not even joking. Like a couple of the shots where I saw like there was just no CGI, and like you could see like the cranes holding stuff up, and it was just like completely like somewhere out in Los Angeles. But it's pretty convincing in the final cut.
Also, Jason, so I heard Skinwalker Ranch was just that room in the basement where Spaz and all the boys hung out. You know what I'm saying? Soundproof. Soundproof.
Fair enough. Fair enough. By the way, the other day, my son was watching Vader's Lair, and he was covering a story, and he was livid. He was like, "Daddy's covering your story, and he hasn't said your name." And then you did, and then he was like, "Okay, good."
That's how I feel every time someone talks about that Avatar cartoon. Don't bring up my name, Jason. I made all that happen. All of it happened.
It's definitely weird though now that my 8-year-old is watching Star Wars videos on YouTube. It's weird.
But not yours, huh, Jason? I gotta go on my own.
Oh, fuck you, Dave. So Dr. Doom is in it. Are people going to start to realize that Dr. Doom is Darth Vader, you think?
I was saying just drop him in Avatar, right? And then everyone will go see it,
Drop him in Avatar.
Look, I don't want anyone to go see the movie. I want to be in that theater alone. I hate people.
I just, no, I mean, truly, I will be in or out of that movie when I know what the idea of the story is. Like for me, the water looks pretty, but just knowing this is the water Avatar movie, that doesn't get me. You know what I mean? That doesn't make me go, oh, I got to see Avatar in water. Like
I hope you don't see it. I want nobody in the theater with me, Jason.
No, yeah, I just hope that
you there.
The story trailer. I hope it. Do we know anything about the story at all? Has anything come out? No. Yeah, because I want to know like what the premise of the movie actually is.
Yeah.
Salvador says, hello there. Matt spoke about his participation in episode 9. He said his character was doing a huge plot twist to the entire saga. Do you know anything about that? Well, the thing that I do know is that
Jason, well, hold on. I know. It turned out Palpatine liked fish fingers and custard. It's true.
I have my working theory based off of the stuff I was told and why I was told it is that I think he was going to be Palpatine, Palpatine was going to be the old shriveled man. He was going to get he was going to get the dyad in front of him. He was going to do that lightning shit on them, suck their essence out, be reborn as a 35-year-old Palpatine. I think
story
that's
of my life, Jason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that's where this was like going. And then I think that they realized having Palpatine back was going to get everybody happy, and that having Palpatine back for 2 seconds and then making him young for 2 seconds and then killing him was ultimately not very satisfying. Not that what he did was satisfying anyways, but I think that's where it might have been going, unless he was supposed to be the Ochi character. And the Ochi character with Ochi, they were riffing a lot on set. They were changing Ochi a lot behind the scenes pretty consistently.
Oh, fascinating. Wow.
Yeah, because they kept changing pieces and then things didn't make sense.
Oh,
so
wow.
like
I really appreciate the making of Star Wars, Jason. You know what I mean?
There was a rumor that was more credible than most rumors, though. And I don't know if it was completely true, and I never followed up on it as time went on, which I will one of these days find out if it was true, but that there was a costume designer who spoke out, and I think they might have even come out where they said that they were fitting him in dark robes. And then that person was supposedly fired. And that was the big rumor that it was fired. But I heard it from more credible people than usual. But I never, to me, that still rests firmly in the realm of rumor.
Well, and joke's on them, Jason. That person now works on Strange New Worlds, and the show looks way better, in my opinion. Just so that's what you get. That's what you get, Kathy. Good job. All right.
Yeah. So I don't think he ever actually made it to set. I don't think he ever actually filmed anything in the end, though.
He's too busy dancing in Morbius to make it to
Morbius.
Set,
oh yeah,
Morbius dancing. Look, man, I really enjoy his run as Doctor Who. Really, I do. Sure. And the one thing I love about his run on Doctor Who from the get-go was they finally gave that fucking dude a theme song that was good. Like, it has this really cool little theme that it's tied to his character, and then they got rid of it. Sucks. But he hasn't been in any fucking thing since, dude, that I'm like, well, this guy's got to have more than this, right? Is he just getting... Is it like Ryan Reynolds where he's sort of getting the shaft for the longest time? Like, is it going to take 20 years of, before he finally ends up in something worth watching, Yeah. Like, it's got to be frustrating. They put him in Terminator, no good. Put him in Morbius, no good. Tried to put him in Star Wars, didn't work out. I mean, there's a world where it was him and Paul Dano up for the Riddler in my mind, right? Like, theoretically speaking.
I told you 2011 I was at Comic-Con, and he had 2 hot models at the same time, so I don't feel very bad for him at all.
Oh no, he's living the life. He's got hella great bangs too. I'm super jealous. It's just for a dude with that much clout, it's like I guess until they make him Professor fucking Xavier, he's not gonna, right? Like it's not gonna happen, He's in the House of the Dragons. You got me on that one.
Yeah. I don't even know what that is. So
it's a new Game of Thrones. Good trailer.
Okay. Well, but maybe that's his. Maybe that's his thing.
I hope that's it. Yeah. I like him. The whole Amelia Pond. I like all that shit. Possible Girl. So I'm all about his run.
Didn't they call me the Impossible Girl today? A little earlier in the chat.
Yeah. Sorry, that was me. I was typing that, Jason. Yeah.
I'm gonna have an Impossible Burger. Oh.
Yeah,
look who it is. Yeah. Oh, look who it is. It's the Star Wars kids.
Oh no! There he goes. No more money.
I used our stupid picture we took on Friday making fun of YouTubers as the featured image. So parody became truth. Yeah. How you guys doing? You guys ready to party? No. All right. I'll wrap this stuff up and we'll go party.
I bet you they get to go to Boomers, not me.
What does partying mean? Does it mean going in the pool? Probably. Yeah. Are you guys hungry?
Yeah.
Did she feed you? Did she bring you hungry? Okay, good.
Yeah, I never learned how to swim, Jason.
She's a good mom. She's a good mom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What? Okay, well, come over here then. Okay. So Lukey wants to talk a little bit about the Darth Vader comic, you saying?
want to read it on here.
Are we allowed to read it on here? Won't we get like taken down?
No, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah, you have my permission. You can do it.
Yeah. I think we'll have to do that as a separate show because we'll have to like take it and we'll have to screenshot everything and like go through it. But we can do it though. If you want to do it, I'm down.
Yeah.
Do you know how to screenshot on your phone and crop the images? Okay, we'll have to figure that out, and you could go through the comic and screenshot it all. Then we'll put all the images on the show, and we'll go through. We'll talk about.
I'm a tech guy. We could get Knowles
See,
to do it.
Right now, this is behind the scenes with George and Luke.
Yeah,
we got George Lucas on the show.
Yeah, see all those books back there? They're all on how to use DOS for Dummies. All
DOS for Dummies. They're all how to how to run a space company.
Compton's Multimedia. I have all of it back there, Jason. Yeah.
Hello, Leia Rose.
Pretty good collection.
Mark or Star Wars Hammy's edition. Shogun Orta says, "Did you all see Nope?" I bet you already asked that. We did. I don't. When did you ask that? How far? I'm a little. Oh, I'm way. Really? I'm that behind on chat. Wow.
Jason, I would to see Nope, but I just stick around for the Nicole Kidman commercial, then I leave. So that's
what's the Nicole Kidman commercial?
Oh, every AMC theater has it, whether you want it or not, Jason. It's fascinating. She's a stunner. She's by hook or by crook. One day I'll get some of that. You know what I'm saying?
Shogun Orta says, "Did you all like the twist in Nope regarding the alien? It's not a spoiler stream. Just say yes or no." I didn't mind it for what it was, but what I didn't like it than liked it, but it was fair. You know what? We're gonna have Nope spoilers right now.
Oh, because I gotta leave. I'm planning on actually sitting through that when it gets to Tubi. All right, bye.
Yeah, we're gonna have some Nope spoilers. So if you don't want Nope spoilers, so Nope does this thing where you think you're watching like, and actually this kind of pissed me off in it. You think you're watching Signs, maybe. You know the movie Signs by M. Night.
Phoenix, yes. Racist Melly Gibson's, yes.
Yeah, I like that movie. But like early on, like you think like aliens are like visiting the ranch and stuff. Then it turns out it's just like some kids from the other ranch that Glenn from The Walking Dead owns, and it's like a fake out. And the fake out
Shyamalan's in his car.
Well, here's what ultimately made me mad. I don't know if this changed, but in the edit that I saw, the kids are faking being aliens. Then they're revealed that they're not aliens, and then 1 second later, the real fucking UFO flies over. 1 second later, they fake the UFO, they fake aliens, fake out, and then they're like, "Oh, you didn't see that? You thought we were faking you out." And I was like, "Fuck you!" Like that's kind of how I felt about that moment of the movie.
When you thought you were gonna get the Clone Wars and the prequels, and you didn't, but then you got it later as a cartoon.
Fair enough, yeah, and we got it. It was good.
Yeah. Okay.
That said, so as it goes on, you learn that it's basically a biological ship. It's a giant jellyfish vagina that unfolds and just eats people and then shits out blood.
Oh, James Cameron would go see this.
Yeah. I mean, there's some visuals I love in it, like where the UFO is above the ranch and it's not raining on the ranch anymore. And you could see the rain off in the periphery because it's blocking the rain. And then there's another shot where it shits out all of the bodies, the blood, onto the white ranch, and it looks cool. Like the visually, I was like, that's badass. So there was like elements of it that I liked, but also it does a moment where it sucks you into the ship and you're in its like intestines, it looks like pretty much. And you think you're about to have that moment from Fire in the Sky. Remember how, though, regardless of what the movie Fire in the Sky was supposed to be, that moment's intense when Travis Walton's character in the movie is put into the UFO. As a kid, it scared the hell out of me. And it was almost like a fake out, like you were going to see that, and then you didn't. And I was like, oh, wow. So instead, I was thinking about something better I had seen. And it would just look like a couple of tubes. It was not very interesting visually. Maybe it got better, but when I saw it, it wasn't.
Well, you have to accept it for what it is, isn't, Jason.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But it played like the fake out games a little bit. It just didn't really work for me. And then it being a biological entity, I like the concept. Like Star Wars, I feel like is moving, and I'll relate this to Star Wars, which is why I wanted to bring it up. Is did you guys ever watch Farscape
with the
by any
puppets.
chance? With the Muppets, yeah, it's a Jim Henson's sort of
Yep.
Star Trek meets Star Wars show. Pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
A lot of the people who worked on it ended up working on Revenge of the Sith, and that ship, the ship in Farscape is biological. And it turns out that the ships in Farscape are like sort of the space whales from Star Wars, with the hyperspace. And I kind of think that early, if they ever do an early version of Star Wars, if they ever actually do an Old Republic Star Wars, I think they should start there, with them almost turning those air whales into cyborgs, and then the cyborgs into ships. And then you would see, and then maybe from there how it
Can't
goes
wait.
into, well, no, I mean, it could be done. It could be done in a good way if it's done subtly, and it's not the point, like the point of Farscape is not that the ships are biological, So anyways, it's not something it's not like it was the first time I had ever seen it before. Like I had seen the concept before, and I've heard most of the main like UFO kind of concepts and theories, breakaway civilizations, the ships are biological themselves and stuff like that. And I think something like that seems possible. If you could imagine it could happen somewhere. We used to think that there were, how many habitable planets did they used to think that there were? Like
4.
They used to be like 18 or something, and now we know there's billions. So it's like, if you just do the simple math, like there's some weird shit out there. There has to be. So
Think
I'm
of
okay
all
with
them
it.
cosplayers out there, Jason. Just think about it. They all out there just cosplaying.
Who is this?
That's a
right.
Dave Filoni Jr.
Filoni's D.
Filonius D.
Oh, that's the response he normally gets.
But yeah. Am says Stupendous Wave gave a good shout out this week. Oh, really? Oh, that's cool. I will have to say thank you, Stupendous. I would say that is Stupendous and wave to him.
I don't know who Stupendous Wave is.
It's covers Star Wars.
Okay.
YouTuber, big Star Wars YouTuber.
Okay.
But anyways, yeah. So I could kind of, it's weird that. So anyways, I find Nope to be weird in the sense that it's like it thinks its audience may be sophisticated enough to know all of the UAP stuff, so it wants you to know that. But then it also goes into a place that is just very unsophisticated in that it's a primal stupid shark. And it's not smart enough to realize, oh, it's like this thing that could like turn off technology, and it's like super, it's super intelligent. But then I like the ideas for like, how do you detect this thing? They have those blow up guys, when the ship gets near and it's like, EVP kind of stuff takes down the technology. We see those little blow up guys fall. That's how they're able to tell where it is. I like it. Conceptually, it's a little bit dumb, a little bit smart at the same time, because it would work. But the creature, the alien ship, never gets smarter than that. So, yeah, I'm so mixed on it, because like it has all of the stuff I love in it. I love UFOs and aliens, and I love Jaws, and I love Close Encounters, and it's just a weird.
Dad,
Yes,
I put a new comment.
Oh, you put a new comment? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go down. I'm like, just so you know, I'm always like 2 hours behind on comments because me and Rob talk a lot.
Yeah.
Hello there. I have come to destroy you.
Yeah. Look at the nepotism, right? Comments go right to the top.
Right to the top. Nepotism.
Yeah.
Do you know what nepotism is, Luke? It's when your dad can get you a really good job that you don't deserve. But don't worry, you don't have any nepotism in this family.
It's when Luke Ward takes over the podcast and I'm sitting here doing whatever Vader's arm jokes for like an hour.
He's like, it's when you have to listen to an 8-year-old tell you why Vader having a super battle droid arm is badass. You suck. Yeah. I like it.
That should, fittingly, that should be my punishment in life. Like,
yeah, Shogun Order. That's exactly what I was talking about with Farscape. You could still have a biological ship with humanoid passengers flying it. What's that to deal in Farscape? But in Nope, it appears it's just a shark. It's just a flying shark.
Maybe it's
And
from a one-dimensional dimension. It's
since
a one-dimensional storytelling.
Well,
there's a thing there.
Vader's lair says, "Please be merciful." But
Show my
what? Luke, come on, man. He's like, "I will rip your face off."
TJ's in this whole video is just it's all it's too violent.
Farscape used to be my jam. Yeah, I like I never could get into the Stargate television show. I don't really like the Roland Emmerich films for the most part, but I liked the Stargate movie for what it was when it came out. I was like, this is surprisingly fun. I saw it on Showtime or Cinemax when I skipped school one day. And I was like, oh, okay, I kind of like it, but I could never get into the TV show. But they brought over both of the main actors from Farscape into Stargate eventually. I think they tried to like steal the audience that was there, that was like left or whatever. But I like the actors, and I wouldn't mind if some of the actors from Farscape ended up in Star Wars. I think that would ultimately be pretty good. But yeah, I never got into Babylon 5. And most of it, honestly, Babylon 5 might be great, but Babylon 5 friends were insufferable. I used to just call it Baby Dick 5, and they get really mad. That's what I always refer to it as. But I don't watch Baby Dick 5, sorry. But I was more of Farscape was more of my jam. But I got into Farscape a little bit later, though. I wasn't an original Farscape fan. I got into it after Revenge of the Sith, like 2006 or something. But the main character in that was the one who ended up playing, or the main bad guy in Farscape plays Tarkin. In the good and the bad makeup test, so you can't blame it on him. Because did you ever see that makeup for Tarkin in Revenge of the Sith that was looked just like Peter Cushing? God, it breaks my heart. Like, why, George? Why? Oh well, he's supposed to be younger. It's still that does that. You know what it looks like? The guy in Star Trek. What's the guy's name? Odo.
Odo.
It looks like fucking Odo or something.
Yeah, he was also the main bad guy in Police Academy 5.
Is that to Rob?
Bad guys?
No.
He also narrated the Batman Forever audiobook.
Well, no, there was my first message, and then the second one, and then the second one connects with this one.
Oh wow! So it's like a trilogy of messages now, Luke.
I will rip your arm off.
So he says that Luke wants me to know.
Kevin Feige of chats, right?
Yeah, I think you're the Kevin Feige of show crashers. I will rip off your face and shove it in your arm.
Oh, Mom.
It's a good thing you wrote arm, or you'd be in trouble right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I loved Quantum Leap too. I was actually pretty happy when they put Quantum Leap into Star Trek, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna watch that." I like that idea, but then I never watched it.
No one else did, Jason.
Yeah, was it good?
No.
Yeah.
It wasn't. People now will tell you it was the greatest thing ever. Why they continually shit on Avatar and MCU, but that's how the internet works.
That's true.
That's how the internet works, man.
I got to be honest, man. You Avatar fans are getting really close to being like Republicans today. You guys are always crying about being victims and being shot on, but you guys have like
saving the planet.
Thing.
It's impossible.
It's impossible. But you're like the dominant thing. Everybody's going to see your movie.
Consistency in the argument. You got blue aliens in Star Wars you love. Now you got blue Atlanteans in the MCU, which you love.
Star Wars theme. I'm sorry, Avatar themes is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fan base and Trumpers. They're like,
there is no Avatar fan base. There's me.
That money doesn't come from nowhere.
One in the theater, huh?
That money doesn't come from. That money comes from somewhere.
I draw. No, well, that's why Fox had to sell, because they spent all their money on Avatar sequel.
Probably.
McFarlane's doing the toys, by the way. They look great.
Yeah.
So you got these giant dragons this time, fully articulated. Pretty dope shit.
Quentin Lee says he genuinely liked Quantum Leap. I liked Quantum Leap too as a kid. It was one of those shows where when I had like young parents, and then my mom wasn't in the picture, so my dad would want to go out and do stuff. So I spent a lot of weekends with my grandparents. And I remember at one point, I think it was moved to Fridays, and that's when they would watch like what my best TV nights I remember was the end of Different Strokes when it got moved to Friday, along with Quantum Leap and Golden Girls with a little bit of Columbo. And my grandparents loved like the Columbo stuff, which was I would get into it, but I didn't like it, as a kid. But I liked Golden Girls and Quantum Leap. That was my grandparent TV watching nights, which I have strangely become nostalgic for. And I've been watching some Murder, She Wrote.
That's good.
Yeah.
That was my one too. Quantum Leap, Murder, She Wrote.
And I can't remember her name, but there's a lady on YouTube who does recaps of Murder, She Wrote, and does
Angela
only
Lansbury.
no, not Angela Lansbury.
Everyone has to know.
No, actually, I should send you her channel because this lady, she only covers, she does Murder, She Wrote recaps and like LucasArts style video games, like Maniac Mansion, like those kind of like point and click game like reviews and like mystery games.
Yeah.
It's really good though.
Games that don't really require you to think and take your time.
Yeah.
This is my kind of games. Yeah.
She's probably smart. Probably smart and wouldn't like us.
Unlike
friends,
me.
but...
I learned nothing, but I enjoy them.
This is Star Wars Tennis says complete non sequitur. I need a reboot of the Greatest American Hero. It needs to happen. I thought that same thing too. Like with all of the superhero stuff, why don't they reboot Greatest American Hero and make fun of it all? Like I see it as like an opportunity, but I ultimately
done
think
with the MCU. That's what he'll do next.
He should do it. I like that idea. Taika's Greatest American Hero would be fucking badass. But I ultimately think that they would start to see that superhero cash in front of them and start trying to make it into what it spoofs. Don't you? Like, can you see a corporation not chomping at the bit, so to speak, about it in the big picture? Like, wouldn't they end up really? Oh, you know what? I want to talk about? I'm going to talk because this is breaking close.
Oh, quickly, Jason, before we forget, Angela Lansbury would make a great Mrs. Claus, huh? How about a second Mrs. Claus?
Luke, you're going to get canceled.
All right.
Luke says woman gets stabbed by a burnt Anakin again. Oh, that happens in the comic book?
Wait, no, I meant by as in Reva getting stabbed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Luke, when Lucas just hit that point where his brain is making connections to things he's seen before happening again, and so his analysis of that comic book is kind of fun to watch, I will say. But anyways, the interview with the vampire trailer came out over the weekend, and let's put it this way: Star Wars comes out.
You're the only one who mentioned it to me.
Yeah.
So you're a true fan.
Oh, I'm a huge fan of Anne Rice's books. And when I kind of hit like my punk phase, if you will, and the Star Wars books quickly, I should say, devolved into like the Crystal Star, I was like, I like reading. I need to read stuff. And then I found Anne Rice. And the first 5 Anne Rice books, in my opinion, are fairly flawless. They're very, very good. Some people see it as a trilogy. I see it as a whatever 5 movies is or 5 things are. So, anyways, they released the trailer over the weekend. And man, so what pisses me off is the trailer looks like it's a good show. Like if it wasn't changing things, but it just makes me so fucking mad because there's just no reason to fuck with what they're fucking with. And even things like making Louis a black person is fine to me. Like that's cool. Like it doesn't matter, but you didn't actually need to go and change the era of the show. Like, can you imagine if you went to go see a Star Wars movie, it was like a reboot of something you liked or a remake, and then all of a sudden they're like, now it's in the High Republic era? Like that's literally what they're doing.
Like The Force Awakens?
I mean, what do you mean? Well, no, I mean, if you, well, yeah, but I'm saying if you were going to see Episode 7 and it took place before the prequels, or they just changed the era of this story for very little reason. I honestly, I think there's another book series called The Lives of the Mayfair Witches, which is also very good. The first book, The Witching Hour, is pretty much a masterpiece, but it's like 1,000 pages, but it's really good. It follows 13 witches and a ghost who is manipulating the breeding of all 13 generations of the witch, so that way a soulless baby will be born and it can inhabit its body and be reborn itself. It's pretty badass. Like it goes hard. It's good. But I think they may have changed
Nerd
the whole
alert! Nerd
Mhm.
alert! Whoop, whoop,
Yeah.
whoop.
It's good though. It's good.
It's getting good. It's getting good, Jason. I love hearing about all this nerd vampire stuff.
Oh, do you ever see like Angela Lansbury when she's not like really old and she's hot and like it really plays with your mind? You're like, what the
You
hell is
know,
happening?
if you drink enough, Jason, you can get that today. You can do that anytime you want.
Man, and you keep writing
Mhm.
Bert. Bert has an N in it.
I
Man
feel
and
like
Bert
this needs a
Anakin
bouncing
fight,
ball, Jason.
and Bert
You know
Anakin
what I mean?
burns man.
Talk about Obi-Wan and Darth Vader and the thing.
Yeah, I get it.
Mm.
Yeah, Star Wars Episode 10 sent World War II on Earth. Yeah. And then
Republicans love WW2, Jason. Know what I'm saying?
well, and then
Love
Anne Rice and her husband have a 5-year-old daughter who dies of cancer. And they become alcoholics and they are super depressed, obviously. And then as she's working through the depression, she writes Interview with a Vampire, which is about Anne Rice, missing and wanting her daughter and having this fantasy about how could I have kept her, right?
Mm.
And so they made her she's like 14 now. They made Claudia 14. It's not the same. It's not haunting. It just pisses me off. And so what I want to say is, if you don't care about any of that stuff and you're here to hear about Star Wars,
I kicked him off. Look at that. It's the Felonious show, everybody. That's also, so y'all know, that is how I came up with all the avatars. I came up with that. That was me. Yeah. Anne Rice's little baby died, and then I directed Avatar. Oh,
hey, you can't say it like that.
What? I was just giving him a little sneak peek behind the scenes, Jason.
So, anyways, no, Star Wars fans, when I look at what I'm going through with my Interview with the Vampire fandom, Star Wars fans need to stop bitching. You guys bitch too much. We all do. It gets way worse. It gets way, way, way worse.
It does. Wait till you get that trilogy by Rehan. It's gonna be good.
I would take Rian Johnson's Vampire Chronicles any day. Any day.
Oh, I know what I'm gonna go do. Oh, my order's ready. I'll be back. All right.
Yeah. He's all damn you, Tape.
Yeah.
But
he's a wily one.
So it's part of one of the episodes of Obi-Wan.
All right, Lukey, I gotta be honest with you. When you have to explain the joke, it's not working. Trust me, I know. I have to explain my jokes all the time.
It's like I hear Rob explaining his jokes half the shows.
That's just basically one of the episodes of Obi-Wan.
So, Lukey.
Yeah.
Lukey, what are you excited for anything? Anything you want to talk about Star Wars? Because you clearly really want to be on the Star Wars show today. So I can't tell you no. I won't. You have a favorite Star Wars memory? Anything that ever happened? You're like, you know what? That's my favorite Star Wars moment ever. Like is there a dragon you're chasing? Is there a dragon on your back? You're like, you know what? I miss this. This is like my thing, and I miss it. I want it back. I think about it whenever I watch Star Wars. I hope that happens. You ever have anything like that?
Lando?
The
Lando scream.
The Lando scream? Yeah. He when Luke was first old enough to watch Return of the Jedi, and we watched it and Lando did that scream, I've never seen this guy happier about a moment on screen than that. We had to rewind it like probably 15 times. And every now and then I'll come into the front room, he'll be watching Return of the Jedi. I'm like, why are you watching? And he's like, oh, I wanted to see the Lando scream. It is pretty good.
I like Nia Nips. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my
Yeah.
favorite.
King Chris says, I didn't see Interview with the Vampire until just a few years ago. It was so good. I was legitimately surprised. Yeah, it's one of the few times in Hollywood that the author of the book wrote the script for the movie. And
I got so much shit for taking my girlfriend to go see that in high school.
really,
All my super masculine friends like, you're a. They use the F word on me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I took my girl. Doesn't even make any sense. Like what?
yeah, when well, back then it was really interesting because it was super apparent to me that this is a story either about bisexuals or people that have transcended the need for such paradigms. Because when in her books, they don't do it. They can't. Blood's an issue. So if you do the math, blood doesn't work. What else doesn't work, right? So, anyways, when Brad Pitt and Armand are like really close together, people in the theater were like squealing uncomfortably, like
the 90s.
they couldn't take it. They couldn't take it, you know. And Luke wants everyone to know that Lando screams and almost dies. You could just say it into the mic.
One of the first when I was developing my sense of humor was if they had called it Jim Henson's Interview with the Vampire and it was Gonzo and Rizzo hunting down all these vampires, right? Like,
right?
You would have been fine with it.
But yeah, it's like in the original book of Interview with the Vampire, Daniel Malloy is a like 21-year-old interviewer an ethnographer, I'd say, and he interviews people's lives for, so anyways, they're like, oh, he's a boy. He's Christian Slater in the movie. He's supposed to be River Phoenix, but then he died. Okay, let's make him 75 years old. Why do that? You know what I mean? Like they just make these fucking changes. And then the people who made the show are doing interviews where they're like, I would say it's actually even more true to Anne's story. Then they don't say why. It makes no sense because it's a love story. It was a love story in both of them. I don't know what these people are talking about. But I did like the trailer. I didn't think it's good, but also, they always did a thing in the books where, like, Lestat's not he's a glutton, but he's not a pig. Like blood all over your face and stuff. They would think you were uncivilized. They're like, he's like a snob. And you just see him like chomping down on somebody with blood all over his face, like he's, and I'm just like, it's just things that are such against like the very nature of the work. It makes me mad. And I hope the show's good and I hope it comes out and I feel differently and it all works. And I'm like, you know what? Spiritually, this is an Interview with the Vampire. But boy, does it look. Yeah.
Every time they said the word Lestat, all I could hear was Austin Pendleton in Short Circuit yelling, "Stat!" Like that's the kind of nerd I was. But I shut up during the film.
Yeah. All right.
Look, I just need vampires to be stabbed with stakes, Jason. I'm not a fan.
Boba Fett and Han Solo.
Yeah. I'm just, I don't know. Really pretty just super bummed out by that. And like, especially today, like you could take a 20-year-old actor and deep fake them into being a 5-year-old. And how like haunting would it be to see an adult as a 5-year-old? It would be so creepy.
Well, that's
it would
the
be so
whole
weird.
way we did Phantom Menace. Like people don't know that, but Jake was actually 42. And
what's also really weird about it too is that like the Vampire Chronicles and stuff dealt with concepts like being non-binary and things that are very, very modern and very like popular today. But then it literally like shies away from those things by changing everything to make it. I'm just so fucking confused.
So did the Indiana Jones Chronicles. It also dealt with the same non-binary, yada yada. All that stuff.
And what's funny is the new Starbuck is better. George, right? Oh yeah, George didn't like Starbuck. George originally said that they couldn't use the name Starbuck, which I found weird. Still don't understand that one. Whoa.
Marsha told you to do that, didn't she had you bring that up.
They done that. Battlestar Galactica
should not be named. Yeah. Yeah. They
Yeah.
could just make the kid a puppet, Jason. That's what I would do.
Hi, Johnny.
That's what I would do.
Matt Smith is Sheev's brother in episode 10. They wanted to fit the costumes early. I think he would make a good what's his name? Plagueis, wouldn't he? He looks like Immune, the race. He is a very strange face. Women love it, so good for him. People love it.
Very strange.
Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise
like
seemed like such an odd pairing until they were great together. Yeah, I know. I honestly think that's because the book and the script were so good. You know,
when Steven told me about their casting, it reminded me of the first time I had Goober. It's this peanut butter and jelly in a jar. I don't know if you're aware of this.
You're hurting my leg, dude.
Really threw me off the first time I saw it in the jar together, but it works out pretty good. Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
All right. Well, it's a fun show, Jason. It's really great.
All right. I'm sorry, George. I'm sorry we let you down. It's a slow news day, though. What do you want?
Yeah. Well, I wanted to win the off-road championship on Friday, but Santa was just a monster. Took up half the arcade cabinet. It's frustrating.
Matt Smith is in The Crown. So it was the Duke of Edinburgh.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, so Bespin does the same thing. He just claims to have crowns in Edinburgh. Yeah.
Wait, no, it isn't that.
What do you want to say, Lukey? Just say it. Just say it in the mic.
No.
Come on. Let us hear that chocolate voice. You're a Humazi?
I'm trying to say humanity.
Oh, Humanzi. Yeah. Luke is a big Last Podcast on the Left fan, and we listened to an episode about the third. Was it the Third Reich? It might have been. It was like the Third Reich trying to. No, was it who? No, it was Russia. It was Russia. It was the Soviets trying to make chimpanzee man hybrids called Humanzis.
Yeah, that was the in my original scriptment for Indiana Jones 4. That's what we were gonna do. Yeah. And then that monkey ripped off that lady's face, and we had to change the whole.
Oh, a little bit of Star Wars things that came out this week that I think is going to get. I think it may be about to become a thing when it shouldn't. So we'll just get out ahead of it here for the 50 of you who are still here.
Okay.
Charles Lippincott released some documents that he has from the original Star Wars movie, and one of them it's a note. I sent it to you, Rob, and it says change every instance of Chewie or of Wedge to Chewie to Wedge.
Yeah, we got that confused often. Kurt's wasn't very good. Sometimes Wedge was Chewie, sometimes Chewie was Wedge. Sometimes Kurt's like to call him Wedgie because he was being a dick.
Yeah, but, Chewie didn't become Chewbacca's nickname until later in production. And Chewie was a pilot who is Wedge, who becomes Wedge. A lot of the Wedge moments were Chewie's moments. So people think that they're thinking of it in terms of the finished film, and they're thinking like Chewbacca and Wedge as if they were like they could be swapped around, and that's what happened during production. And I actually had somebody approach me about it. I'm like, no, it has to do with the storyboards that said Chewie now need to say Wedge. That's all that it was. But it's an interesting little fun fact, if you will. But it's one that will likely end up on some documentary down the road, talking about how Chewbacca used to just be a pilot or something. How Dennis Lawson played Chewbacca, something like that.
Yeah, it was the only time he got tall enough to fit the rides, huh, Jason?
You're not very tall yourself, George. You're kind of a little guy.
Oh no, George. That's the hair. The hair gets me right in there. I went on Revolution in '78, right when it came out, because the hair. So
fair enough.
Me and Bob Einstein, we were
Bob Einstein.
Yeah, we would go all the roller coasters together. Yeah, he was my co-pilot. He was my Wedge, Chewie, Wedgie, whatever. Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Will says Matt's also in Morbius, which people lavish with praise and currency of every realm.
It's a masterpiece. It really is.
Yeah. Hey Johnny, when are you gonna come and hang out with us? Come and hang out with us pretty soon, man. No Wedge in the new films. Yeah,
Part of the deal with Iger. I cut him out.
There was there was always a chance that he just really didn't want to be in it, but that's the thing about 9. That's such a head scratcher to me, was that if they didn't like put Wedge with Lando. You know what I mean? Like wouldn't it have been rad if Wedge, Lando, and Nyan Num were like all together, like in that first moment when you get to Lando and like he had his own little crew there? Like there was so many things if they wanted, because JJ just wants to be delightful. Well, if you wanted to delight, you could have delighted us and made sense. And
well, he wanted to give them their own movie called The Three Space Amigos, and I had Steve and Marty put an end to that. It was not going to happen on my watch.
Who would play El Guapo?
That was Benicio.
Yeah. Benicio del Toro.
Yeah. Originally we were going to have that in The Phantom Menace, but he needed to age into the role. It wasn't quite there yet.
How many days till you go back to school?
I think a week.
Weeks.
What do you want to say, Laird?
Star Wars Luigi in an X-wing.
You wanted to say Star Wars Luigi in an X-wing.
Anything can happen in Fortnite, Jason. Right?
Hey, in Fortnite, maybe it'll happen someday.
Have we done enough show? We did more show than the pizza party, and there was pizza.
Yeah.
Man,
that's true.
It's too much show.
I missed that pizza party though. That was good. All right,
we'll do it again next year. That's our.
We're gonna end it, Luke.
I said part of Obi-Wan, and I said part of episode 6 and Star Wars.
Okay, you done?
Yeah.
All right.
Star Wars Luigi and the X-wing.
All right, you win. All right, we did it, you guys. He's dancing like an Ewok over here now. Can you hear him? Can you hear that?
That's all right. Same sound Jake would make on set. That's the sound of Darth Vader. That's it right there.
Imagine that you're followed by a bunch of Ewoks and die.
Had the same conversations.
By a bunch of teddy bears and die.
This is really taking me back.
We need to do a whole segment called Imagine with you, and then we'll just let you run on that. You just need to write all those down, and then you can just go. Okay, but you gotta be prepared next time. You gotta make notes on your phone, and then you gotta come over here and then
on yellow canary paper with a Ticonderoga pencil.
All right, George. You win. We'll do that. But we will be back tomorrow, George, at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Maybe there'll be something to talk about. Maybe there won't. Maybe we'll just talk about whatever we want. Say goodbye, Luke.
Goodbye.
Later, kid.
George Lucas says good night.
Yeah, good night.
Later, kid.
Yeah.
See you around, kid.
Watch Murder, She Wrote.
Peace. Our teddy bears.
All right, everyone. We'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If any big Star Wars news comes, we will jump back on and do a show. Look, you got to stop hitting the desk or I'm going to kick you out. That's your final warning. All right. Earthquake. Oh no, the ship is being hit, Captain.
Ewoks are dangerous teddy bears.
We need sound effects of whenever he bumps the desk. So it goes. We need the siren going. Okay.
People don't. Jason, the last time you knocked the whole thing over, battery ran out and ended the show early. So.
Oh, is that how we get out of it? Out of doing this? All right. King Chris says, thanks, Luke. You made the show.
Okay.
All right. Bye, everyone. Bye, Rob.
It's the end of the show.
Come on, let's go. Hey!
It's the end of the show.
Come on, let's go. Hey!
It's the end of the show.
Come on, let's go. Hey!
You know you should go.
Come on, let's go.
It's not about spaceships.